Me and my wife, all my family, we come from South Sudan.
Sudan was rocked by civil war for many years, and that led all the way to the separation of the country into two countries.
Life is still very much difficult for the everyday person. They just don't have access to the best education. A lot of the time, people are only having just a single meal because of the financial difficulties.
Many families moved out of the country and became refugees in neighboring countries in East Africa.
They say Australia is a very good country. It's very safe, good for a family. We fill the form and we go to interview and they approve us to come to Australia.
When they get to the West, and that's for the lucky ones, by the way, the lucky few that are able to get that, they want to sacrifice everything for their children. So then their children now become that generation, the next generation, that creates that kind of better chance for the family.
We decided to go back and visit, and the primary reason was because my mother wanted to go back and visit her family. We'd only been in the village for about a week.
During the night, one night, we got woken up around 2, 3 a.m. and told us to pack our bags, we had to go.
And then sort of just flee for safety.
We got informed that the rebels are coming and they're not coming here to do anything pleasant. First time seeing AK-47 and seeing dead bodies on the ground, so it was pretty dramatic.
I was very much disappointed that, after so many years of conflict and fighting that, that there'd still be people out there that they had the energy in them to want to still pick up a gun and fight. I just thought that, at that point that the country had suffered enough. Like, why would you want to go back?
Approximately about 2 weeks or a week and a little bit that we're fleeing on feet and walking a lot. It was hot. We had to carry our luggage with us. And one time, I think it was during the nighttime in the evening, the guys were deciding if we should leave during the nighttime or in the morning. And thankfully, we decided to leave at nighttime. And once we left and it was the morning, we got told and informed that the same place we were at the shore got raided by rebels. And it was very emotional. I was very scared and frightened because I was young. But it's just an eye-opener and just a true testament to know that, you just never know what's going to happen and tomorrow's never promised. And that day, moving forward, I just, started to humble myself and try to be more appreciative of the things I have rather than complaining that the things I don't have.
Going back home really did reinforce the fact that moving here to Australia, I was able to do so much more that I just would not have been possible had we stayed back in Sudan. Had we not decided to, move up north for my parents to find work and then eventually come here, my life would have just been completely different.
Once I made it back to Australia, I was very fortunate to start playing sports. I was very tall. I was the tallest in my family, and I'm a little copycat, so I copied my brother. And I see my brother attend this one team called Longhorns Basketball, coached by and the founder by Coach Mignon.
And I said, "This is your little brother?" I thought he was 16 and he was only 13. And I said, "Oh, he's on the team." I didn't even see him play. Physically, he was just built for the game.
Coach Mignon brought me to the side and just spoke to me and presented an opportunity for me to go to the States. He's seen how I developed and how I was prevailing and getting better every day. And they thought that would be best if I wanted to play the highest levels or reach my goals was to go out to the States and compete over here.
To be honest, at the beginning, my parents were very much against the idea.
Yeah, very hard because we don't know anyone there. But Mawot decided to go there to play. So we say, okay.
A part of the problem was that they couldn't foresee it. But once Mawot was there in the US and they saw how focused he was, they couldn't have been more happier for him.
When he got his opportunity, he grabbed it with two hands and he worked hard in the United States, graduated from high school and was able to get a scholarship to go to college.
And once I got to Rutgers, I did my whole 4 years there. I graduated, and then I had decided to enter the transfer portal. I felt like it was just time for, change the scenery.
Mawot's story is one that's just the ultimate perseverance story. He's a guy who brings a ton of basketball experience, which is extremely trumped by his life experience.
Had to get on you guys a little bit. talking about you never know when we're going to need somebody, you never know what happens, and lo and behold, Richie goes down first play of the game. Mag comes in and plays his absolute freaking tail off, okay?
It's amazing, like he shows up every day with a smile on his face. But I don't know that everybody on our team even really understands the hardships that he's been through.
I'm sure, wanting to provide for his family and create a future for himself, that's his drive. That's his motivation.
I think he has not forgotten, though, where he comes from and, really wants to, I think, do proud for South Sudan and his African heritage.
He gets up every morning, he stays late at night, works on his jump shot, works on different aspects of his game because he wants to impact us in a positive way and, set his future up.
He gets it from my parents that, they work very hard, and I think he just, wants to be like them. It's just that they've got us to this point, so it's up to us to now find our way.
Knowing my parents have sacrificed so much, it makes me feel grateful and a little bit special as well. I feel very special, especially knowing that they were parents who chose not to make the move.
Without them, this wouldn't be possible, and they did the best they could to give us, each one of us, an opportunity to have a better life and be successful. So shout out to my parents, love them both, and yeah, thank you to them.
Yeah, keep going well, keep going, doing well. You finish your uni and you keep going with the basketball, and you got a good friend, got to school, very good, you are happy with the school, and you got a new friend, it's very good. We just told him, keep going the same thing.